According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Section 334.10.3, the use of non-metallic sheath cable, often referred to as NM cable, is permitted in detached accessory buildings under specific conditions. These conditions primarily revolve around the building's ceiling height and the intended use or construction of the building. Firstly, the building must have a ceiling height of less than 10 feet. This height restriction is crucial for determining the applicability of this particular code section. Secondly, one of the following conditions must be met for NM cable to be used in a detached accessory building with a ceiling height of less than 10 feet. Condition 1. The building is used for storage or similar purposes. This implies that if the detached structure is primarily intended for storing items, tools, equipment, or other materials, NM cable can be used, provided the ceiling height is less than 10 feet. The phrase similar purposes broadens the scope to include activities that are akin to storage, such as workshops, hobby areas, or spaces where items are kept and maintained. Condition 2. The building is used for other purposes, and the cable is concealed within walls, ceilings, or floors. This condition addresses situations where the detached building serves functions beyond simple storage. In these cases, NM cable can still be used, but only if it is concealed within the building's structure, specifically behind walls, above ceilings, or beneath floors. Concealing the cable provides a degree of protection against physical damage and environmental factors. It is essential to understand that if the building meets either of these conditions, NM cable can be used with a 15-minute covering. This 15-minute covering refers to a fire-rated material or assembly that provides a minimum of 15 minutes of protection against fire. This covering is designed to slow the spread of fire and provide occupants with additional time to evacuate. The NEC does not specify the exact type of 15-minute covering required, but it must be a listed and approved material that meets the fire resistance rating. Examples of 15-minute coverings include, but are not limited to, gypsum board, fire-rated plywood, or other approved materials. It is important to note that the specific requirements for fire resistance and materials may vary depending on local building codes and regulations. It is always best to consult with a qualified electrician or building inspector to ensure compliance with all applicable codes. If a detached garage, pole barn, pole shed, or other accessory structure does not meet the conditions outlined in NEC Section 334.10.3, NM cable may not be permitted. In such cases, alternative wiring methods must be employed. Some common alternatives include, firstly, using UF cable, which stands for underground feeder cable. UF cable is designed for direct burial and is suitable for wet or damp locations. It is often used for underground wiring and can be used in locations where NM cable is not permitted. Secondly, using EMT, which stands for electrical metallic tubing. EMT is a type of rigid metal conduit that provides excellent physical protection for electrical conductors. It is commonly used in commercial and industrial applications and can be used in locations where NM cable is not permitted. Thirdly, using PVC conduit, which is a type of rigid plastic conduit that is resistant to corrosion and moisture. PVC conduit is often used in underground applications and can be used in locations where NM cable is not permitted. Fourthly, using MC cable, which stands for metal-clad cable. MC cable is a type of cable that has a metal jacket that provides physical protection for the conductors. It is often used in commercial and industrial applications and can be used in locations where NM cable is not permitted. It is crucial to carefully consider the specific requirements of the installation and the local building codes when selecting a wiring method. Always consult with a qualified electrician or building inspector to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Understanding the NEC requirements for NM cable in detached accessory buildings is essential for ensuring electrical safety and code compliance. By adhering to the guidelines outlined in Section 334.10.3, electrical installations can be performed safely and effectively. Always prioritize safety and consult with qualified professionals when working with electrical systems. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, is a comprehensive set of standards and guidelines for electrical installations in the United States. It is developed and published by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, and is updated every 3 years. The NEC is not law itself, but it is widely adopted by state and local jurisdictions, making it a legal requirement in many areas. The purpose of the NEC is to provide a minimum standard for electrical safety, ensuring that electrical installations are performed in a manner that protects people and property from hazards such as fire and electric shock. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, equipment installation, and special occupancies. It is essential for electricians, contractors, and other professionals involved in electrical work to be familiar with the NEC and to adhere to its requirements. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in fines, penalties, and even legal action. In addition to the NEC, local building codes and regulations may also apply to electrical installations. These local codes may be more stringent than the NEC and may address specific requirements for the area. It is important to consult with local building officials to determine the applicable codes and regulations for a particular project. Electrical inspections are typically required for new electrical installations and for modifications to existing installations. These inspections are performed by qualified electrical inspectors who ensure that the work is performed in accordance with the NEC and local codes. Passing an electrical inspection is essential for obtaining a certificate of occupancy and for ensuring that the electrical system is safe and compliant. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to protect yourself from hazards such as electric shock and arc flash. Always energize circuits before working on them and use appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, such as insulated gloves and safety glasses. If you are not qualified to perform electrical work, it is best to hire a licensed electrician. Licensed electricians have the training and experience necessary to perform electrical work safely and in accordance with the NEC and local codes. When selecting an electrician, it is important to check their credentials and to ensure that they are properly licensed and insured. You can also ask for references from previous clients to get an idea of their quality of work. The cost of electrical work can vary depending on the scope of the project and the electrician's rates. It is important to get multiple quotes from different electricians before making a decision. Be sure to ask for a detailed breakdown of the costs, including labor, materials, and any other fees. In addition to hiring a qualified electrician, it is also important to maintain your electrical system to ensure that it is safe and reliable. Regularly inspect your wiring, outlets, and appliances for any signs of damage or wear. Replace any damaged or worn components promptly. If you notice any unusual smells or sounds coming from your electrical system, such as burning or buzzing, turn off the power and call an electrician immediately. Overloaded circuits can be a fire hazard. Avoid plugging too many appliances into a single circuit. Use power strips with surge protection to protect your electronics from power surges. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are designed to protect you from electric shock. They are typically required in bathrooms, kitchens, and other wet locations. Test your GFCIs regularly to ensure that they are working properly. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or RFCIs, are designed to protect you from fires caused by arc faults. They are typically required in bedrooms and other living areas. Test your RFCIs regularly to ensure that they are working properly. Smoke detectors are essential for protecting you from fires. Install smoke detectors on every level of your home and test them monthly. Replace the batteries in your smoke detectors at least once a year. Carbon monoxide detectors are essential for protecting you from carbon monoxide poisoning. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas that can be deadly. Install carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your home and test them monthly. Replace the batteries in your carbon monoxide detectors at least once a year. Extension cords are intended for temporary use only. Avoid using extension cords as a permanent wiring solution. If you need to run power to a location that does not have an outlet, have an electrician install a new outlet. Avoid running extension cords under rugs or carpets, as this can create a fire hazard. Keep extension cords away from water and other liquids. Never overload an extension cord. Always use an extension cord that is rated for the amperage of the appliance you are plugging into it. If you have any questions about electrical safety, consult with a qualified electrician or building inspector. They can provide you with guidance and advice on how to keep your home safe from electrical hazards. The information provided in this narration is intended for general informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician or building inspector before performing any electrical work. Failure to do so could result in serious injury or property damage.